Hi, parents. So, I want to ask you a question. Do you have core values as an individual? Do your children know the core values of the family, of your family? Have you, in clear terms, effectively communicated the core values of your family to your children? You see, I find that peer pressure, especially among children or among teenagers, it's so strong, or your child can be influenced by his or her peers when they are not sure of who they are. But when they understand who they are through the core values you communicate to them, you find out that peer pressure won't just be a big deal for them. And peer pressure is not age restricted. It doesn't just affect teenagers, it affects all humans, age regardless. Because even as an adult, people are still struggling with peer pressure. Yeah. When you begin to say, oh, my mates are doing this, my mates are doing that. But if you understand who you are, if you know who you are, peer pressure's got nothing on you. Yes. If you know who you are, if you have an understanding of who you are, peer pressure won't have anything on you. So, do you know who you are? Because for you to be affected by peer pressure, it's an indication that you're not sure of your identity. If you know who you are, you're not going to be put under pressure. You're not going to let peer pressure get you to do things that you don't want to do. So, several years ago, when I was working in the radio station, there was a program I wanted to present. So I had to do some research about tattoo. And within that period, I was trying to gather materials and information about tattoo. I met this young girl. I think she was 17 or 18 years old. So I saw her, and then I saw a tattoo on her, I think right hand or so, around her wrist. And I asked her why, she got a tattoo. She said all her friends have tattoos. So I asked her, okay, so why did you get the tattoos? Did you get a tattoo because you wanted to get a tattoo, or because all your friends have tattoos? And she said, well, she felt like she was the odd person among her friends, and she had to get one. So she wanted to be accepted. She wanted to belong, so she had to go get a tattoo. So I asked her some open-ended questions. Okay, so do you really like tattoo? And she said no. So do your parents know you have a tattoo? She said, well, she tries to hide because she's wearing this, big wristwatch. I said, okay, if you know they don't like it and your parents don't like it, why would you go get a tattoo that you know you don't like just to feel among? So at the end of the day, well, she admitted that she didn't have there was no cogent reason for her to get a tattoo, apart from the fact that she wanted to make her friends happy. She wanted to belong to that clique. But this is what I see: a lot of people do certain things because their mates are doing it, or because their friends are doing it, not because they want to do that. And this is where identity comes in. Identity, I always say, is the chief of all actions, is the chief of all inactions, your choices, your decisions, even your thoughts. Because when you know who you are, when I talk about who you are, your essence, you know who you are, your source, there are certain things you're not going to accept. You're not going to stand or fall for everything and anything. There are things that you see, you say, I can't do this because I know who I am. This does not align with my beliefs or my values, or what I stand for, what I represent. And this is why it's important for you to understand who you are, to have an understanding of who you are, so that you're able to stand for something, not just fall for anything, not being tossed east, west, north, south. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for everything and anything. It's important that you understand who you are. Have a clear understanding of your identity. Who are you? Whose are you? Who do you belong to? There is a saying that you are servant to who you obey. So whoever makes you do what you do, you are servant to that person. And when I talk about your identity, I'm talking about God. God Almighty. So if it's God that motivates your actions, that motivates your decisions, that all is behind your decisions, your actions, your inactions, then God is your source. God is the source of your identity. And you don't need to join the crowd just to become part of the crowd. It's always good for you to set yourself apart. It's always good for you to be. It's not unfashionable to you be odd person. The fact that 1,000 or 1,000,000 people are doing something does not make it right. The fact that 20 million people in the world are doing it. I've had cases where people say, Uche, you don't do this. You don't do what other girls are doing. I say, my name is not other girls. My name is Uchenna. So I can't do what other girls are doing because I'm not other girls. So you need to set yourself apart from the crowd. You don't have to follow the crowd to do what they are doing. All right? I hope this blesses you and you pick some, learnings from this video. All right, take care and have a beautiful day. Bye.